Hello beautiful people on the internet. Today we are going to discuss the new patch of the ocean beta that has been released to Polytopia. And there's a couple of changes and I want to go over them as well as give some of my opinions about all of these things that have been changed. And what is happening here is, well, there have been a lot of feedback on the update, and this patch is trying to simplify the experience. So let's get right into the first change, and I don't particularly love this change. They have removed aqua crops and they have put fishing back into the fishing technology as the first in the naval branch. I don't particularly like this change because, well, Kiku is now, it's already the strongest tribe in continents up until Waterworld and Archipelago, and they don't need any assistance in that whatsoever. And this change is just making them stronger, which is really not something that we needed in the game. So that may be quite unhappy, as you might say. So they were moved Aqua Farms because they were unnecessary to their opinion, and they were clogging up the coastlines. I see what they were going for. I don't particularly agree because, well, that is just a skill issue, and you just need to resource management better. So, not too happy with this one. Let's get into the next one then. There's been a change to markets. How it works now is that these markets, you can place them next to a tier 3 building such as the windmills, sawmills and forges, and they will get one level for each level that these buildings have. So for instance, if you have a level 2 sawmill and a level 2 windmill, you will get 4 stars per turn. So you still need the tier 3 tech, but if you have one big ass sawmill here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels, then you will get plus 6 stars per turn, which is incredible. They are capped at level 8, so plus 8 stars maximum, which is still a whole bunch. I think this is a very good change. Markets have been very complicated, and, well, unless you are in a 2v2 or something like that, and you will get to see that in my Poly Champions game, which I'm going to upload a video of, hopefully soon. Um, yeah, these markets have just been reworked very well. I think that we need to see them in action before judging too much, but I think this is overall a very good change. Then there is this change of coastal tiles have got a makeover. It's very easy. It's connected to the cost of bridges, which are now 5 stars, and you can now place them connecting to land in the fog. And how they indicate that is by putting a little edge around the around the tile that has a possible bridge connection. So you can now see the coast if you are, well, if you have vision on this tile. For instance, if you have this village here, you can possibly see this line here sticking out of the fog so that you know that there is actual land here. Overall, very decent change, quite happy with that. Makes sense to me. Also love that we are going to get some more bridge plays, because I absolutely love bridges. Then there has been a change to lighthouses, which is very important for balancing the game. So what happened here is that now lighthouses will always spawn in the fog tile, even if you should technically have vision on this tile. It's now going to be fogged up, and you need to walk there yourself, which you still possibly can do. I guess if you put your unit on this tile here, you still reveal this lighthouse, meaning you can upgrade your capital with an animal and then train another warrior, but overall that is just incredibly slow. I would say maybe it's worth it. A very good player might be able to use that to their advantage. I think that this is a very good change overall. It's just making the balance a bit more balanced, if that makes sense, and just overall nerfs the T0 tribes such as Barter, Imperius, and Kiku. Then another very important change is that bombers have been nerfed. Their damage has been reduced from 4 to 3, and while they have been very oppressive, I completely agree with this change. I think that there could even be more change to the way that naval units work. Um, my thought was, if you want to upgrade a boat, you need to... Well, if you upgrade it, it's going to lose all of its actions for the turn. So you can possibly move it towards a place that you need it to be, but not do like upgrade something and then still hit. For instance, if there would be a raft over here that has been sitting there, and now you can... How it works now is that you can upgrade and then go and hit. Now what I want to do is that instead you can only upgrade and then it would sit there and not use it anymore, so that you are just a bit slower in getting onto the water and just overall giving other tribes more of a chance to, well, fight you from the land, which is a really interesting concept, I think, that really needs to be, well, taken into consideration by the Midgeon team. But overall, very good change. Love it. I don't think that Bomber should be able to one-shot kill cities with walls, which is sometimes something that would happen. There are some other changes that you should be aware of. Temples upgrade every 2 turns, which is just making them more useful in Glory. Don't think that this is a huge change. Almost nobody plays Glory, at least not that I know. Perfection score multiplier based on the numbers of opponents has been reduced. Okay, I guess that's fine. Not particularly interested in that. The Burn Forest and Destroy abilities have swapped places into Construction and Chivalry respectively. I guess. I don't think that this makes too much sense, because why would you be able to destroy with Chivalry and Burn Forest? Doesn't make sense into Construction too much, in my opinion. I don't think it's a huge change for these specific things. Maybe for Sabazi that's going to be interesting, because you can use the Burn Forest more quickly. I guess that makes sense. That makes them very strong into economy. Maybe I like this change, especially for Sabazi. Starfish harvest income reduced from 10 to 8. Yeah, this is a change that really needed to happen. Navigation Rush was just way too overpowered. The Starfish are just way too good. I would say even reduce them to 7 stars, just because 7 is a nicer number than 8. But we all get to see how this plays out. It probably makes it a bit less affordable to go and rush into navigation, which is something that has been bothering me for quite a long time. It was just way too OP to just slam your boats into the water on turn 5, 6, and then get going on the economy front as well. I think this is a very good change. Another small change is that we'll get a veteran rammer instead of a veteran bomber out of the water ruins. I think this is a decent change because, well, who wants bombers? Bombers are just too OP already, and you don't need to get them one from free. And then last but not least, AI has been improved and should make smarter decisions, including spawn locations of cloaks and better use of city improvements. Overall, I'm quite positive about the changes. I don't like this change here. Maybe they could have changed something up by which the aqua crops would only spawn in like ocean tiles, or at least something along the lines of that. Otherwise, fishing should not be in the fishing tech. Uh, I mean, for the namesake, yes, but just swap the names and put fishing back into sailing, because this just hurts my brain. Or what else could be possible is that fishing goes into aquaculture, and then you have to, well, get multiple technologies to get into sailing on ocean tiles, overall making the game a much more slower, and just giving you way more chance to like think of a creative strategy instead of just spamming into bombers. Overall, not too keen with this change here. I think there's better solutions. That was aggressive. For the other changes, I think most of them are very good and well thought out. Markets, I'm very interested to see how these are going to work out. Coastal tiles, very happy to see bridges being, well, way more cheaper. Lighthouses, good change. Bomber nerf, fine. Temples, sure. Perfection score, sure. Burn Forest, interested to see how this is going to affect Sabasi. Starfish is going to, well, be less efficient for getting navigation. Veteran Rammer, very nice. And the II is what should have happened. So, in the end here, there's also a way for you to get into the beta. You just need to follow these steps right here. I'm also going to provide a link to this article in the description if I don't forget. And I think that is it. Remember, if you like my content, make sure to hit like and subscribe button, as it really helps me out. And I think that it wraps it up for today. So hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.